So, UFC Fight Night, Makachev VS Wait, this is a numbered card. Are we sure? Alright. It doesn't look like a numbered card to me. Yeah. I'm going to be honest about this card. Besides maybe 3 fights, it's kind of dog shit. If you are hardcore, you might be like, oh, this is a good looking card. But besides Islam Makachev VS Machado-Garry, the rest of the cards are so average. And let's start. Okay, let's be honest. Are we gonna say Dante Johnson versus Eric McConaughey is something you're excited about? It's a good fight, but yeah, I honestly don't know. Are we gonna really say Jalen Turner versus Kai Fernandez should be the featured fight of a numbered card? No, maybe on a prelims, maybe on a fight night. But yeah, anyway, we'll just get started with the fights. And the first fight is Jeremiah Wells versus Mitatek Orobai. My favourite caveman in the welterweight division. Give me Mitatek Orobai by submission. If you need me to explain why I think Orobai is going to submit Jeremiah Wells, get off the channel. But Jeremiah Wells is a tough opponent. He's 5-2 in the UFC. But he is going to split decisions with like a lot of jobbers. And Miratek Orobai, who's looked super impressive. I don't know how he has a loss to Ritus Rebecki. But he's a super dominant grappler who is like outdone Uros Medic, who is now ranked, outdone Masik Suvaev, another ranked guy in the lightweight division. Yeah, give me Miratek Orobai by submission in the second round. So yeah. And for the next fight, we have low-key banger, Neil Magny versus Ramiz Brahimaj. Neil Magny is one of those guys I could honestly see, like everyone in welterweight could beat Neil Magny, but also at the same time, Ramiz Brahimaj is like he's not that good. Like Ramiz Brahimaj lost to Jorge Soleriano, and all his wins are kind of fraudulent. This dude lost to Themba Gorimbo. Themba Gorimbo's on a 3-loss streak. Now, mind you, that was in 2024, but his 3 wins are not that impressive. Mind you, they are finishes. Mickey Gall, Billy Ray Goff, Austin Vanderford. These are all guys that have been kind of trash, and he lost his last fight to Soriano, who isn't even that good. While Neil Magny, yes, he has lost more than he's won. The dudes he is beating is really good. Like, he lost to Yaroslav Amosov, top 10 in welterweight. I think he's going to be a top 5. Wins against Jake Matthews, really crafty, always in the top 25 of welterweight. Zaleski dos Santos knocked him straight out, but then before that gets knocked out by Carlos Pratos, gets knocked out by Michael Morales. Dude, Neil Magny has got to be arguably one of the best gatekeepers at welterweight. Surprisingly, he doesn't know how to check a calf kick. But he has a real good smudge style. Really awkward sort of striking. We'll smudge and try and take Ramiz Brahimaj down. I think I'm going to go Neil Magny by decision. I think Neil Magny's just a very crafty vet. I think he's really good at what he does. He'll just work his way to a win. He'll just grind his way out to a win. So yeah, I'm going to go Neil Magny by decision. And anyway, for the next fight, we have Rafael Tobias versus Lucas Fernando. Rafael Tobias is going to be the lowest IQ fighter I've ever seen. If you saw Rafael Tobias, this dude is scared to get punched. Like, if you look at him versus Nurgajai, he legitimately did not, like, know how to take a punch. He was just like scared and basically like taking him down, like out of being scared. And Lucas Fernando, light heavyweight, middleweight champ in PFL. Really good on the outside in a pretty good feeder promotion in PFL. Feeder. It's supposed to be the... How do I explain it? Like, it's opposition to the UFC, which nothing's opposition to the UFC. But I'm going to say this. Lucas Fernando, 10 times better than Rafael Tobias. I think Lucas Fernando is going to knock out Rafael Tobias. He's scared to take a punch in the first round. He's a big fucking Brazilian dude. Yeah, so first round knockout for Lucas Fernando. And for the next fight, we have Vicente Luque versus Tresean Gore. Low-key banger, not gonna lie. Vicente Luque has been in the UFC for a long time. People have pretty washed, like, if I'm gonna be totally honest, but like, his list of wins and losses haven't been too bad. He beat Themba Gorimbo by submission, but lost to Kevin Holland by submission, then loses to Yoel Alvarez, but then submits Kelvin Gastelum. This is a very back and forth fight. Well, Tresean Gore, yes, has looked not... Like, how do you lose to Rodolfo Vieira? That's kind of a very questionable loss. Marco Tulio, really tough in the middleweight division, even though he's on a 2-fight losing streak. But, dude, he gets like the standing guillotine every time. This is actually a really good matchmaking. I think there's going to be a lot of scrambles. I think Vicente Luque, when he gets hurt, he goes for really stupid takedowns. If you've ever watched Vicente Luque go for a takedown, he puts his head right through for a guillotine. So I think Tresean Gore, I think he's gonna standing guillotine Vicente Luque. But if Tresean Gore can't get a standing guillotine in the first round, I think Vicente Luque might take over. But I'm still gonna choose Tresean Gore by submission. I don't know why, I just have a feeling. And yeah, I'm going first round submission for Tresean Gore. Anyway, for the next fight, we have Dante... Actually, I'll go decision for Tresean Gore, sorry. For the next fight, we have Dante Johnson versus Eric McConaughey. Dante Johnson, in his last fight, arguably lost to Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage is actually half decent. I actually rate Cody Brundage not too badly. But he made it real close. Beat an absolute cannon Cedrico Dumas, who's somehow still in the UFC. Don't ask. Just made him give up. Like, overpowered him. Used to be a heavyweight. Like, real heavy on his strikes. Like, real... Like, he looks like he's in a rocking chair when you watch Dante Johnson fight. Well, Eric McConaughey... If you ever watch Eric McConaughey fight, he's actually really smart. He didn't dominate Brundage, but he had a way better fight against Brundage than Dante Johnson. Mind you, like, he was beating Susakaev before he got knocked out, and losing to Ruzaboyev is no shame. I'm so tempted to choose Eric McConaughey, because Eric McConaughey has looked good. Like, I'm not joking, he's looked really good in his wins, especially Rodolfo Vieira and Brundage. Like, he looked way better against Brundage than Dante Johnson did. I'm very conflicted. The only reason why I choose Dante Johnson, though, is Dante Johnson has moved camps and is trying to fix up, like, his weaknesses. So, this is such a fucking fence-sitting fight. I'm going to go Dante Johnson, not confident, Dante Johnson by a KO, TKO, because Eric McConaughey is a little chinny. Not confident with this pick, though. This is a very even fight. Don't be surprised if McConaughey crafts it up. He is out of the Jared Cannonier camp. So yeah, I'm going to go Dante Johnson by a KO. And for the next fight, we have Charles Johnson versus Edward... Oh, shit. Eduardo Chapelin. Apparently Jose Ochoa. Oh, fuck me. Jose Ochoa has pulled out with an injury. Absolute fucking cinema. This card couldn't get any worse. And we made it even worse. Eduardo Chapelin. Have no idea who this kid is. Has no record. How about this? For you guys, I'll talk about Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson was on a bit of a run for a while, like knocking out now champion Joshua Van and oh my days, Loney Kavanaugh. But yeah, man, like he was on a pretty good run, like, and he beat what's his name? Bruno Silva. But Charles Johnson has been looking more and more vulnerable. Like he's gotten TK'd and submitted. And I'm looking at this Eduardo Henrique, right? Or Chapelin. It's the same guy. And they have called this guy on short notice. Now, you'd think, okay, Charles Johnson, being in the UFC, he's in the top 15 of the flyweight division. Really strong knockout artist. But I will say this. The level of opponents that Eduardo Chapelin has been beating on the regional scene is impressing me. So, this is his last 5 fights. Anto Tanho, 7-1. Devin Loges, 8-2. Igor Sakara, 10-2. Cody Davis, 8-1. Leonardo Soares, 10-5. You know what I mean? But like, this is in LFA, who is a really good feeder promotion. And I'm gonna be honest. I think this Eduardo Chapelin is gonna beat Charles Johnson. This is insane. I can't believe I'm choosing against the GOAT Charles Johnson with that haircut. Dude. This guy, the guys he is beating are actual legit. I'm gonna go Eduardo Chapelin by second round finish. I haven't seen him fight, but these aren't just bums on the regional scene. These are guys that are like got good records. There's another dude, 17-4, 13-5, 1-1. Okay, 5-1. Like, these are really good fighters. I'm gonna go Eduardo Chapelin by second round finish. Definitely not confident about this, but Anyway, we'll go on the next fight. Chidi Njokuani versus Yoel Alvarez. I saw Bedtime choose Chidi Njokuani. I've got one issue with Chidi Njokuani. Chidi is a very, very slow welterweight. If you ever watch Chidi, it's not like he can't. He had a war with. Oh my god, my brain's fogged up here. He had an absolute war against Carlos Leal. Carlos Leal, I actually kind of rate, but is he ever going to be a top welterweight? I don't think so. He went to war with him. He's very slow. Carlos Leal is there to get hit. Got submitted by Jake Matthews in the very first round. But he's just hasn't looked good. And his opponents that he has beaten, they're kind of trash. Like Jared Gooden, trash. Reese McKee, one of the worst fighters in the UFC. Zaleski dos Santos, unk as fuck. Yoel Alvarez, like, as much as I don't really rate Yoel that much, I think he's just, like, he's more imposing. He's got some nasty KOs, some nasty submissions. The only people he's lost to is top level talent. I think he's got a good fucking 3-punch combo that he always brings out there. I think he's going to bring this fight to the ground. I think he's going to repeat what Jake Matthews did. And I think he's going to try and get a rear naked sub. I'm going to go Yoel Alvarez either by ground and pound finish in the second or a submission. Mark my words. It's a second round finish, I reckon. So yeah, I'm going Yellow Alvarez by second round finish. And okay, so these are my picks. I've got Miratek Orobai. I've got Neil Magny. I've got Lucas Fernando. I've got Trayshawn Gore. Not confident. I've got Dante Johnson. Not confident. I've got Eduardo Chaplin, and I've got Yoel Alvarez. Okay, so let's go on to the main event, the main card. We have, this should not be on the main card. We're in 2026, and we've got Edson Barboza versus Esteban Rivics on the main card. I don't know what we're doing here, dude, because this is shit matchmaking as well. The fact that they've got the young Esteban Rivics, who's only lost to, like fucking Matus Gamrot and Nasrat Hasparat, two top level lightweights. They're giving... Now, mind you, I will say this about Edson Barboza, who he's lost to a pretty top level, Jalen Turner, Leroy Murphy, but that Jalen Turner performance was sad to watch. He was getting the fuck beat out of him for like 3 minutes. While Esteban Rivics, I don't rate him much because, dude, you're going to war with Daniel Zellhuber, who is 0-3 in his last 3, sorry. He's nuts. But I'm going to go Esteban Rivics by first round KO. He does have nasty hands, and I feel like it's going to be in the middle of it. I feel like Edson's going to try and exchange with Esteban, and he's going to just throw a right straight down the middle. So I'm going Esteban Rivics by a first round knockout. So, yeah. Anyway, for the next fight, we have Mansour Abdul Malik versus Dustin Stolfitz. This is what I mean, dude. Like, the fucking card is just gone to shit. Like, how is this on a numbered card? Dude, if you watch it the rest of the year, it's just bullshit. Look, I know we're going to have a shit numbered card. We have to have one because we've had all bangers this year. But yeah, Mansour Abdul Malik versus Dustin Stolfitz. Kind of another layup, but for some reason, I have a weird feeling Dustin Stolfitz could come up with an upset if he uses his grappling right, if he like mixes the wrestling with the striking. But Mansour Abdul Malik, he's more imposing, he's bigger, he's stronger. The only person he's lost to in the UFC is Yusuf Balguri. And he has a draw with Cody Brundage, but that's a load of shit. That's bullshit. Otherwise, he's like finished all his opponents. Dustin Trovik, Nick Klein, and Charlie Tricoli. Actually, a lot of these fucking wins are trash. Now you look at them. Like, Tricoli shit. He's not in the UFC for. Klein shit. Todorovic's one of the worst middleweights. Brundage that was a draw. But, to be fair, Dustin Stolfitz was a welterweight. He's losing to the likes of Kelvin Gastelum. Rosaboyev's not a bad loss. And, yeah, like Marc-Andre Barriol. He's one of the worst middleweights as well. I'm going to go Mansour Abdul Malik. I think he's just going to use his physicality against Dustin Stolfitz and get a finish in under 2 rounds. So, I'm going Mansour Abdul Malik by probably a KO in the first or second round. Mid of the second round. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the featured fight. Ready? Jalen Turner versus Carl Fernandez. This fight by itself is sick. Jalen Turner. If you look at this guy's record, you're like, holy shit. You're actually rating Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner's one of these guys who's really really good, but he just can't bring it together. Like, his last 3, like, he's been really inactive. He won against Edson Barboza. That's a nothing win. Was beating Barramundas, but then got submitted pretty quickly. Tried the walk-off KO Renato Moicano. They got KO'd. Knocked out King Green with the Raf, what are you doing, Raf? Like that sort of KO. And then loses Dan Hooker in a very close decision. While Carl Fernandez, like, Jalen Turner's been like just having some pretty bad losses, and the wins he's got don't look that good. Except the King Green win, that's looking phenomenal at the moment. While Carl Fernandez, like losing the Mark the Keys is pretty embarrassing, and yeah, I'm gonna be honest, his wins have they're kind of can't like crushing wins, but he's such a rangy dude for a guy that's 5'9". He knows how to use that range. He'll slam that calf kick against fucking Jalen's leg. And he's had two really nasty, like, KOs. Like, he was making Harry Hardwick limp. Like, he had a fucking peg leg. And Kudaladze had a pretty, like, decent fight with him. It's really a matter of, is Jalen Turner going to show up? I think if Jalen Turner shows up, he should make it easy work at the office. But if Jalen Turner does not show up, I think Carl Fernandez, he's a decent little prospect at lightweight. I think he's going to like make his way into this fight and finish Jalen Turner. I'm going to go Carl Fernandez with very low confidence because we could get a good Jalen Turner. I'm going to go Carl Fernandez by a second or third round finish. I think he's going to make his way into this fight and then take Turner out of there. Or Turner's going to get a good finish. But I'm choosing Carl Fernandez by actually first or second round finish. Sorry. They've gotten pretty like early finishes. So yeah. And for the co-main event, we have Mackenzie Dern versus Gillian Robinson. Every single person is counting Gillian Robinson out. And people, listen, this could easily be a fight night. I'm just saying, this could easily be a fucking fight night. Now, Mackenzie Dern. What can I say about Mackenzie Dern? Pretty underrated fighter. She's the champ. She's, real world-class BJJ, fucking blockhead. Will strike, with no caution to the wind. But I will say this: when she blockheads her way through, she gets hit pretty hard. And Gillian Robinson, say what you will, is very good at trying to I'm gonna say this: Mackenzie Dern's style of jiu-jitsu is... girls don't know how to deal with it. So when a girl, let's say, take down Mackenzie Dern will start throwing triangles, arm bars, she'll throw strikes. Girls don't know what to do with that. Gillian Robinson, if Gillian Robinson gets on top, her style of jiu-jitsu, MMA jiu-jitsu, is perfect to go against Mackenzie Dern. I think this matchup is really sneaky. I think this is sneakily a good fight for Gillian Robinson. The striking's a little worrying, but if Mackenzie Dern keeps coming forward and Gillian Robinson comes back, hits that double jab as she always does, and goes for the single leg and gets on top of Dern, Gillian Robinson's got some nasty fucking ground and pound. And if Mackenzie Dern tries to throw up too much shit, Gillian Robinson's going to pass to the half guard to the ear side and do some work. And if she gets to mount, I think it's going to be over. Personally, I think Gillian Robinson is so good in the ground. If you've ever watched Gillian Robinson versus Rose Namajunas, she fucking dominated her. She's dominated every girl in the grappling, and people are counting her out because Mackenzie Dern is a world-class jiu-jitsu athlete. Now, Mackenzie Dern, obviously, she has more power, but I think Gillian Robinson has a bit more sting to her punches. I think you're finishing Marina Rodriguez. She was dangerous at one point. She TKO'd her. She TKO'd Poliana Viana. That's not a great aging win. And she got robbed by Tabitha Ritchie. But she has been on a crazy win streak. If she wasn't robbed by Ritchie, she'd be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8-fight win streak if she wasn't robbed. She has really improved her game. Her striking's so clean now. A lot cleaner than it was. Not super clean. But her grappling is so dangerous. Her top pressure. Her ground and pound is nasty. I think Gillian Robinson is going to upset Mackenzie Dern. I think she's going to be the new strawweight champion. I guarantee it. Because Mackenzie Dern's going to accept bottom position. She's going to try and throw up shit. And Jillian Robinson's going to throw too much. And TKO Mackenzie Dern. Second or third round. I can see this happening. But yeah. But if Mackenzie Dern's not stupid, doesn't play on bottom too much, she should win this fight. So yeah. That's my prediction for that. Now, for this fight night to turn into a numbered card, we have Islam Makachev vs Machado-Garry. Okay, we'll start with Ian. Machado-Garry, he's only ever lost once in the UFC, and that was to Shavkat Rakhmonov, who did out-grapple and slightly outstrike Ian Garry. But Ian Garry is super impressive the way he uses his striking. He has some of the best distance management in the UFC. Some of the best fight IQ in the UFC. I do have to give him his props for that. He's a very pitter-patter like counter striker, so he'll back up, hit a few jabs, go to the side. He will use his grappling if needed in the MVP fight. He has a striker that's better than him. He will take that striker down. Very smudgy sort of, so he won't really throw much, danger. He'll just throw enough to like win points on a round. He's a very point-based striker. He's not going to be hurting anyone, you know what I mean? The last person that he finished was D-Rod back in fucking 2023. In Song Kanan. Yeah, Ian Machado-Garry is just a very decision heavy, like his thing to victory. He's like, his way to victory is literally to be boring as fuck. Is to back up, throw the jab, throw teeps. But he doesn't want to throw teeps because Islam Makachev, I'm about to talk about him in a minute, will catch those teeps. He's going to have to throw the low kicks. Low kicks were working against him, Islam, in the Volk fight. I think you have to throw those low kicks. The calf kicks work very well. Throw that jab out there. Make sure Islam can't grab an arm and just keep like circling and keep that distance. But Islam Makachev, what can I say? Islam Makachev's fought some crazy opponents. Islam Makachev's wrestling is on another level. He's one of the best wrestlers in the UFC. Maybe just a little bit behind the Harms Up, but overall his cardio, his wrestling, his striking even is really impressive. He's knocked out, obviously, our fucking GOAT Volk. But even, excuse me, he can go toe to toe with not like most really good strikers. Like JDM, he just took him down at will, landing some really nasty calf kicks, which I think Islam is going to use in this fight. I think Islam's going to throw the kicks. I think he's going to try and make his way in, throw the kicks, maybe throw a 1-2, and then get to that high single that he always loves. Goes for the high single, and then the I forget what it's called, but basically if he gets to the hips, it's fucking over. This is all I'm saying. Islam Makachev is one of the greatest fighters of all time. I do not see how like Ian Garry is decisioning all his fights. He's gonna try and play it safe. He's gonna try and make it go to a decision. While Islam Makachev, I think he's really gonna try and finish his fight because if that is the one, like, I can see Islam just smudging him for 5 rounds, but I really think Islam is going to take down Ian Garry, because Ian Garry does make some really poor decision making with some grappling. Islam Makachev is going to hit that double, hit the single, get him down, go for that dirty arm triangle or even the Das. Ian Garry, being a longer guy, the Das choke is easier to get to. He's going to do some, a little bit of pitter-patter, ground and pound. But Islam's going to use like that super strong Dagestani grips. And I think he's going to submit Garry in the second round. I think he's going to catch Ian eventually with the grappling. He's going to come in with the striking. then grab the single. And being a taller guy, getting taken down is not good. I think Islam's going to submit Gary. I think they're going to feel each other out for the first round, then the second round. I think Islam's going to catch him and finally finish him with a submission. And Islam will still be the welterweight champ. So, second round sub for Islam. Yeah, listen. This fucking main fight is a 10 out of 10. As much as I hate Ian Gary, I respect this fight. We are going for it. We are, alhamdulillah. We love Islam. We are not fucking Peter. We are not feminists. But yeah, man, listen, this fight card's pretty shit. Our girl Gillian Robinson will be the strawweight champ. Islam will retain. I'm going to say my picks again. Alright? Okay. Miratek Orabai. Neil Magny. Lucas Fernando. Trayshawn Gore. Dante Johnson. Eduardo Chapelin. Yoel Alvarez. Esteban Rivovics. Mansour Abdul Malik. Kyle Fernandez. Gillian Robinson. And Islam Makachev. Listen, these are my picks for UFC 330. This could easily be a fight night, just saying. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I always appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Thanks, bye.